Man, so man, let's talk about something, man, that's really have come to the forefront in this music industry, man. We lost a lot of artists, man, to gun violence, to street violence.
Facts.
Um, Neither here nor there, but I think that's becoming a problem. It's more than just crime. It's our artists are being killed. Music is being produced by these artists. Some of these artists make great music or have made great music, and they're no longer making music. That's the issue, and I feel like that's something that we should bring to the table to discuss. What's your thoughts on that?
So, for me, I feel that it's kind of like a double-edged sword, kind of sort of whatnot. The reason I say that is because people have always died, and a lot of our black people, they died to whatever the numbers, however you want to put it. More famous people have died, I say, um, just to like reckless stuff. Like, why are you trying to steal somebody's chain, knowing you can still get caught, like broad daylight? So on one side of the sword, it's just like, yeah, we have a sore heart because we are losing a lot of artists, like um, XXX. My nephew, he really liked him, and he listened to his music all the time, and he was vibing with him good and good. He was vibing with him real good and things like that. And then up in one day he passed away. So it's just like, dang, like you just ripped my nephew favorite artist out of his life, and now he got to move on to the next thing. And let's say the next thing leads him down a different kind of road or whatever. So just because he's angry at how that turned out. On the other side is other artists who come up off the death of their close friends or whatnot. Like, I'm sorry to say, but I feel that Lil Durk, when Lil Durk first came out, he was just like, he was a mid. But now, everybody didn't kind of pass away. Everybody got locked up, whatever, whatever. I guess it's just the life that they chose outside of rap. Like, he really came up. And I feel that he removed himself from the situation. And that's why he can kind of get away with it and grow. I don't know. Like, that's the way I see it. But I mean, it's a sad situation
I
right now.
mean, that kind of a different situation. I don't want to dig too deep into that, but that's kind of a different situation. I see what you mean, but I kind of think that's a different kind of situation compared to the other artists like PNB Rock, for example. I mean,
Yeah,
PNB Rock, it wasn't a lot of people around him dying that I know of, but he still got killed. So it's
yeah,
like he wasn't a big artist either. You know what I mean? But his music was relevant. People knew I came from nothing. You can't tell me. Yeah, like everybody know when you hear a PNB Rock song, it'd be kind of lit. You know what I mean? But
facts.
he wasn't a mainstream artist, but he still made good music. And the fact that somebody decided to take his life is just sad because
Yeah, most
the
definitely.
dude, I mean, the dude was a cool dude, as far as I know. I mean, he seemed like a cool dude, cool, genuine dude, making money. Somebody jealous. And, that's how it goes. It's just jealousy, pretty much jealousy, greed, and, hate. I
Yeah,
mean, that's what's
man,
taking the artists out of here.
it is, and it's bad, especially in our culture, It's like it's just so crazy, like that we're killing these artists are people that supposed to be like pillars in our community, and I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure that he was doing some good community work in his area wherever he's from, but like to take for almost for nothing, man. Like you take that man life for something that he worked hard for to get that
Right.
chain or to get that jewelry, and you come in and take it from him middle of the daylight in broad daylight. You know what I'm saying? For no
Hmm.
reason. Like go do what you got to do to wherever he was at to get that. Go do
Yeah.
whatever you got to do to work hard and I understand you may feel like it's an easy target. What's the name? Fat Joe was speaking on it, and he was also like like I mean I don't agree with what he's saying. He would say he understand robbing him, but why kill him? Like what was the purpose of killing him?
Right.
Like why did you need to do that?
Yeah.
Rob him. I'm pretty sure he would have gave it up in the middle of the daylight when he was with his girlfriend, his baby
They said
mama.
he did. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, that's right. And
And
I'm
then
pretty
they
sure he
just
gave it up.
He's
Like
still
exactly.
shouting.
And still shot. Like, what was the point of that? What's the point of taking that man's life? You had no reason to take man's life for nothing.
Like
Senseless violence.
yeah, that's facts. But stuff like that, it really takes me back to like the Nipsey Hussle situation where you seen him progress in the community. You seen him trying to do good in the community. And then to me, it just all seemed like a setup. Like you come knock out the good ones, so whoever following behind them don't succeed, kind of thing. And my thing is like who controls that? Like who really setting that up? Like there's no, I don't believe that there is a society, well, not even a society, but I don't think that there's just like a band of black people that's just like, all right, y'all, well, we see XYZ doing good work, let's go get them. And to knock them out, like we need our 10th, we need our 10%. If y'all know, if you know your history or whatnot, you know who your 10%ers are. We need those 10%ers in the community to come back, feed the 90%, give them some education. Even if you don't do nothing but open up a group home or something like that, that's 10 to 12 kids that now have a home, a stable home to grow up in, and they may, become the next NBA, the next NBA player, the next senator, the next president, or anything like that. So when they come and knock out pillars in the community like a Nipsey Hussle, I think they're robbing his family first and foremost, but then they coming behind that and robbing like the whole community, kids who looked up to him, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
I agree with you, right? And I'm not going into like no conspiracy things, but I mean it's just crazy how a lot of these labels, be having like life insurance policies on these artists.
yeah,
And it may be just because it may be coincidence. It may be just because they know that being a rapper is a dangerous thing, especially when you come from a certain lifestyle. So I understand it. But it's just crazy how there was like a thing that showed how P&B and Rock was signed to a certain label, and King Von also signed to that same label, and so was Pop Smoke, and all of them died, and there's a picture of them like all wearing the same star ring.
Facts. And
it's just crazy how that plays out.
To pick up on that, it's just like I ain't no conspiracy theorist or whatnot, but like it's some kind of setup at the end of the day, bro. Because like
there's some secret society doing something out here, man. Let's say how
man.
It's a secret society out here that's shot calling some shots. But go ahead, Tess. I'm gonna pick up what you got.
Who's that just got out and their first concert stop is in Chicago?
That's NBA Youngboy.
NBA Youngboy and Rondo.
Like, why would you as a producer that's trying to keep your artist alive? Or I mean, why would you as a RA, what is it? A&R. Oh, my bad. Got blank for a minute. Why would you as an A&R that going we in college? But like, why would you set your artists up like that? Like, why would you put them in that situation? Why would you go ahead and put them in harm's way? If anything, they need to be like on the forefront, and the managers, they need to be trying to put them in the best situation possible, not the worst situation possible. So I think that's some BS, man, coming from upper management. So
yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely.
I feel you. Like Darius is talking about, like it's kind of crazy how like most of the people are like pillars in the Black community. Like you got to think about what's his name? Dang, I forgot his name. Young Dolph.
Young Dolph.
Young Dolph.
Oh my Lord, brother, get it together.
My bad.
I'm gonna say Young Jock.
Run it back. I'm gonna run it back. And it's kind of a coincidence on what Darius is saying, like how all of these artists are like pillars in our community. The young Dolph, I mean, he was in the middle of his community like a normal citizen, but he should be a normal citizen, doing what he thought was okay. Normal stuff. Like he at the gas station pumping gas, somebody looking, oh, there go Dolph, let's do this, that, and the other, because they know he about to go down to the cookie shop. Come on, bro. That's a coward.
It really is, man. It really is.
That's a coward move, man, because it's like this dude, he didn't have to come back. He could have went Miami, South Beach. He could have been LA, downtown in the high rise. He in his own community, bro. He came back. He riding around his community where he feels safe. Where he feels safe. I mean, obviously everybody like why he riding around like. I mean, I can understand that. I mean, he did have a camouflage, car or whatever, but that's what he grew up at. That's what he spent all his years. Like he not just some random artist that just came out of there. He grew up there. Like people know him. They know his father. Like, and for somebody to just say, "Hey, I know he about to go down to that cookie shop. Let's pull up on him." That's a coward.
It is, bro. And it's wild. Like even if same thing with the Nipsey Hussle, like how you come up to me during that situation, and Nipsey Hussle just kind of like he ain't caused a scene. He like he said the guy he whispered in his ear, had a side conversation. He could have talked about it later. He was upset about the situation. You could have talked to that man later. You in front of in front of him. You see him doing good in front of his community, and then you go and take that man's life away in front of the community just like that. For what? For no reason, bro. For no reason. And then I hate to like play devil's advocate with it, but it's like people are crazy, bro. People are crazy nowadays. This not only just for celebrities. People like everyday normal working citizens. People are trying to take from you what you work hard for. You know what I'm saying? And I understand like a lot of these people still, regardless of how you feel, like, oh, I'm not doing like that check-in thing and stuff like that. And I still think that stuff is stupid. But still, like, you got kids, you got family you feeding, you got people you got to look out for. You make sure you do what you got to do to protect yourself. So, like, always protect yourself. Like, regardless of where you at, if you feel like you're in your own neighborhood, which nothing like that should ever happen in your own neighborhood, that's crazy. Like, I can imagine, like, when I go home to my city or when I go to my neighborhood, or where I grew up at, it was like everybody knew us. Everybody know everybody. Everybody know everybody. Everybody know your family and stuff like that. So you always gonna feel like, oh, I can go back there because I'm good. Like I grew up here. Like these are my people. And for for that to happen where you grew up at, or in your own community, is just a wild thing.
Yeah, because like I mean, it makes a lot more sense for me. Like I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. That's where I pretty much grew up at. But it makes sense for me to like, pull up in Charlotte or pull up in Colorado, Denver, Colorado, and somebody like, more on like the way he looked at me, XYZ, by that, it's still senseless in a sense, but like for you to be in your hometown, everybody, like you said, everybody know you, and they just trying to hold that grudge. They just trying to get that 30 seconds of fame. Yeah, like that's weak, man. Like they need to be thrown under the jail for a long time. But back to the double-sided sword of things. All roses like Kendrick said, a rose can grow from concrete. So it's not. I don't think that artists can profit off somebody's death, but I do think that it opens up like an airway for them more so, because you have people like Biggie passed away, open up a lane for Jay-Z. You have Aaliyah passed away, open up the lane for like Beyonce. You have everybody from Chicago passed away, open up the lane from Dirt. I mean, it's funny, but I mean, if you really look at it, like you can see how you can see the cause and effect of it. You really can. So,
but that doesn't like
it ain't right.
Yeah, you're right. And I get it, right? And and I guess like I kind of see where you're going with it. Like, all right, well, cause and effect type thing. Because of that happened, this happened, or because of that happened, this happened. Because I do agree with like maybe if Leah was still alive, then there might not be. Well, Leah didn't. That's like gun violence, but all right, stuff like that. But Biggie, if Biggie was alive who died to gun violence, would Jay-Z be where he at right now?
Jay-Z or Nas? Because
if Tupac didn't die to gun violence, like would a lot of other artists be where they at? Yeah,
Snoop Dogg still he was on his own way before he met.
Oh yeah,
Snoop was, but there was still some impact there.
Yeah. Because he was signed to Death Row. He was signed to Death Row, and they was on the same label. And of course, Tupac was the hottest thing at the time.
Right. So that controversy around that shedded light on his career, because he was the next best thing on that label.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I agree with you with that a little bit. So I do. Yeah. So maybe Snoop Dogg might not have been as big Tupac didn't
But
pass away.
kind of just to shed some light on this.
So yeah, man, it's just like a whole list of people, and that's not even everybody, man. So really do, I really do shout out their family, shout out to everybody that was affected by them passing away. That's nothing that we want to see. Sorry, this wasn't, the most upbeat of our podcast, but we just wanted to shed light on that. So